Good morning, welcome to Scottie Crafts and Wendy's World. Today we're going to have a little look at Spellbinders 3D Mbossabilities. It's a bit of a mouthful, but they're very easy to use, not so easy to say.
Yeah, they are.
Adrian's just zooming over some of the projects. We have touched on these folders before with the engrave artboard, which we have more coming in of that soon, don't we, Adrian?
We do.
All the colours, the copper, the silver, the gold and the rainbow. The one sample is in gold. There's also coordinations, which is one of our standard cardstock.
Doesn't it look stunning?
This has a colour core, so what you can do is just basically emboss with the 3D Mbossabilities and then sand it back.
Now, what's special about 3D Mbossabilities?
3D, I don't know if you can see the different levels of depth to the folder, like there's a really raised bit and then there's like something that's in the background but still embossed.
Yes, it gives it different levels of embossing, doesn't it?
Definitely.
So cool.
The next sample is done on our beautiful metals. Now we have lots of gorgeous colours in these metals. There's just a couple of little samples there. If you want the grungy look, you can have like your standard colours, which are the blacks, the silvers, the golds, and then dirty them up with just like a black stamp pad, like stays on. There's also the beautiful bright colours, which I haven't had a play with yet. I've only had one little sample piece there in the teal.
Yeah.
We also
butterfly looks lovely.
I forgot to show you this one as well. This was the also engrave art board, which was used for a Sen's class, Terry's Sen's class.
Isn't that a beautiful pattern?
That's the basket weave one. Now that is awesome. Adrian had a bit of a play with that. So Adrian, I'll let you talk about the little sample that you've done here.
Now that was on the sticky back canvas, and it was just embossed through the caliber, and then I played around with distress paints first and then rubbed over some ink. Now I did varying techniques in the background, so that's why there's slightly different bits. Some of the places I just went over with some distress ink and then used a baby wipe to rub it into the background. Others were distress paint and then the distress ink on top. It was fun.
It makes you want to touch it because it looks
real. It really does.
So real.
Look at that.
This also is the sticky backed canvas. So this is one where I've brayered the folder with paint.
Oh, cool idea.
The distress paints, which we've done in a previous video. So you just open up your folder, get your brayer with some of the distress paints on, brayer one side of the folder, and then send it through with your sticky backed canvas, and that's the look you'll achieve.
Yeah, that's really cool.
This is just the foundation. I then start working into it with my distress markers or distress inks.
Yes, to colour up that daisy and the butterfly.
Daisies and things. So that was just to show you the background. There was a sample above that. Now this is our book cover transparency. This is awesome stuff because it bruises when you send it through. So the white is like a bruising. That's quick and easy.
Gee, it looks stunning.
And then the next technique here, which is I'm going to show you how to do this. This is done with Perfect Pearls, just on black cardstock and using the Distress Embossing ink and a brayer.
Isn't that an amazing technique? And I bet it's really easy, and you're going to show us how to do it.
Easy. So for that we're going to use the grand caliber. Now the grand caliber, to use the Spellbinders 3D Mbossability folders, you're going to need your B embossing board, which comes with the grand caliber, but you will need a D adapter plate, this raspberry coloured spacer plate. This is because these folders are thicker, so you need a different board combination to put them through the grand caliber.
Okay.
Okay, now to show you, basically open up your folder. Very deep etching in the folder. I don't know if it's picking it up on the camera, Adrian.
Yeah, it is. It's
amazing.
Lovely.
Just lay your piece of cardstock into the folder, close it, same as you would any embossing folder. We're going to send this through the grand caliber.
So light pink at the bottom, dark pink on the top.
I don't think it really matters which way you stack them, so long as you've got those two boards. I think it's not really like a die where you really want your blades facing upwards. It's not quite like that. So we're going to open up the folder. There's my beautiful embossing.
Oh, yum.
Now the next step, I'll just move these out of the way. I'll just put this back, Adrian, so that you can get your camera in there to see. We're going to take a brayer and we're going to ink it with the Distress Embossing ink. And to ink a brayer, you just basically roll it backwards and forwards over the ink pad. And we use a brayer because it then only hits the high spots. If you use a sponge, it will go right down into the background of the card as well, which we don't want. Get a nice even coating.
And you don't have to press too hard, eh?
Best not to press hard. You're just lightly rolling it over the top.
so that the sticky bits stick to the high bits.
Definitely.
Right.
I love these little brayers because they've got two little legs that you sit them down on.
Yeah, they are very cool.
So the next step is to take your perfect pearls, and these are great. These come with this lovely little soft brush.
Yes.
And you just kind of blot colour on.
Now that doesn't look anything like it's going to look, hey?
Not at all. You just blot on your colours. You can make it look really metallic with, you know, some of the coppers and golds and silvers. I'm just using brights because I know Adrian just loves the bright colours.
I do just love those bright colours.
I'm doing this one for your birthday, Adrian.
Oh, thank you. That's a hell of a long way away.
And then you dust off.
Oh, and look what it's looking like.
So do you want me to... So this is a sample that we've just completed. This is done on textured card, American craft cardstock. So you do get that texture showing up in it. My other samples that Adrian was filming a second ago are actually done on a smooth cardstock, and that's the only difference between the two.
The light is picking up the colours on those ones just beautifully, really lovely on the video. So, and it will, if you've got the light just right, it picks up the colours and they look divine. So those are the two folders that we used, and then you of course can get your perfect pearls in packs of 4 with the brush and the little
medium as well.
Yeah.
It's got 2 brushes in there as well.
Oh,
so
yes,
this is the
big fat one and the little thin one,
which is great for daubing your colours on and then brushing the excess off. But you can paint with the little one as well if you want to use them like a paint.
Oh,
which
right.
I've done in a previous video.
Yeah, and then of course there's the sticky back canvas, and of course our grand caliber. Well, that's on special at the moment for $149.99, and just know that if you want to use these gorgeous folders, that you need that raspberry spacer plate. Now, if you have a brand new caliber like that, it will have that flat board at the bottom, and then you need the slightly bigger raspberry plate. It's the 8.5 inch. There is an 8.25 one, and that's if you've got an older caliber with the sides on that white plate.
It has little white bits sticking up in the sides.
Yeah, so just remember that, ladies, and remember that you can go to www.scottiecrafts.co.nz, and there you can find all the stuff that we've just filmed on Wendy's World. So have fun looking. We'll see you again soon.
See you soon.
Bye.